far under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore, they will.
Welcome, students! Let's take a swim through the ocean to learn about colors, sizes, shapes, and textures. Let's start with colors. Here we see some colors like red, yellow, black, green, purple, orange, white. Let's see where we can find some colors in the ocean. I see a yellow fish. I also can spot an orange starfish. And finally, I see some blue coral. Let's see where we can spot some colors in the classroom. I see different colored shirts. I also am sure we color with different colored crayons. And finally, we even all have different colored skin. Let's move on to size. There are different sized objects all over the place. Let's define the word size. Size is the physical dimensions of an object, which basically means size is how big or small something is. Let's spot different sizes in the ocean. Look, at the top, there's different sized whales. I also see different sized seashells, and finally we can see how small humans look next to some whales. Now let's look at some things around you that are different sizes. Maybe your dog is bigger than your classmate's dog, or you're eating different sized fruit, or coloring with different sized markers, or even reading different sized books. Let's move on to shape. Can you think of different sized shapes? What are some shapes around you? Some of the shapes that I have come up with are diamonds, rectangles, squares, circles, ovals, hexagons. Let's see where we can spot some shapes in the ocean. There are all different shaped fish. I also spot many different shapes of coral. Not one of them is the same. Now let's look into a classroom and see what shapes we can find. I see some squares on the floor. I also see some rectangles on the wall. And finally, I see a triangle by the bookcase. Our final topic is going to be texture. Texture is the way things feel. Some of the words that come to mind for me are slimy, rough, smooth, sharp, jagged, and silky. Can you think of some texture words? Let's look into a classroom. Your classroom rug is going to feel different than your backpack, which is going to feel different than your desk, which is going to feel different than your pencil grip, which will be different than the Velcro on your shoes. Let's look at the beach. The water is going to feel different than the sand, which will feel different than the starfish, which would feel different than the rubbery tentacles of an octopus. Thank you so much for going on this swim through the ocean. I hope you learned a lot.
The fish is happy as a